here on talkSPORT 2, where we reside full-time while England are playing this Test series. Every ball live and exclusive on talkSPORT 2, and we have the pleasure of the company of talkSPORT listeners as well for the first session from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. UK time. India resuming this morning at 336 for 6. They've added 8 runs on 344 for 6. Jaiswal on 181, but Ashwin on strike now, and once more he punches out towards extra cover, and Rian Ahmed dives to his right to do the fielding. You know who Ravi Ashwin reminds me? There's a kind of archetypal number 8 who is has a very simple method. He's a good boundary hitter, tends not to move his feet very much. I mean, I was only a lad when John Embury was playing, but I remember him just standing quite still at the crease and whacking it. And then fast forward a couple of generations, Ashley Giles was very effective as well. Very simple technique at number 8. Here's Anderson again. That one strikes Ashwin on the pad, doesn't swing away. It hits him heading towards leg stump, and there's an aggressive piece of fielding from Ben Duckett, who picks up and throws the stumps down at the non-striker's end. I think the whole team are getting quite prickly with Ashwin.
Yeah, Jallo didn't move his feet. Great hands, like Ashwin. Somebody else that didn't move his feet that well. Goffey, you weren't shy at coming forward, were you?
Well, I think in my first 10 tests, Jared will probably correct me, but I think I were averaging in the late 30s after 10 tests. I don't know what happened after that. Fell off a cliff.
Yeah, you stopped moving your feet.
No, I didn't. I got Graham Gooch telling me to back, cross and leave, instead of trying to smack every ball for 4. But yeah, it's interesting. I've got a little bit of thing on Jaiswal in a minute.
Oh, that one goes past him. Jaiswal tries to whip it through the leg side, and bit of movement from Jimmy Anderson, flies past the edge into the gloves of Folkes.
Unbelievable delivery, by the way, from Jimmy Anderson. Like I say, he looks as though he's trying to set that ball across the left-hander. Bring slips into play. Beautiful, beautiful delivery from Jimmy Anderson. Wobble seam as well, no upright seam on that one. But I think they're always searching for that hero, aren't they, Indian cricket, and you've got a great opportunity here, a young man, left-hander. You've got through Gavaskar, you go Azharuddin, you go Tendulkar, Dhoni, Kohli, and they're looking for that next one, aren't they, in Test cricket? They've got plenty for the white ball.
Here is Jimmy Anderson again, bowls. Jaiswal drives out towards cover. Fabulous diving stop from Ben Duckett. There's such a live wire in the field. Sets a real tone for England.
Yeah, England have fielded brilliantly throughout this game. They really have. They've made sure that they've thrown their bodies on everything. Nice outfield to dive on, lush outfield. But I'm just going to go back to that ball before, Jimmy Henderson. Jaiswal's 181 not out. Yes, fair enough, he's just started again. But that pitched, it wasn't quite a half volley. It's pitched and it's decked, gone away miles.
Here's Anderson in once again, and this time pushed towards point, where Maria Erasmus is standing rather than at square leg, and they have gone through for another single. Jaiswal moves to 182. As close as possible you can get to an unplayable delivery.
The thing is, though, Manners as well, but it is brilliant from Jimmy Anderson, and like I said, no matter how old you are, 41, and still got the terrific skills. A new ball in any country is going to do a little bit, right? Some countries more than others. But the one thing we've got to be wary of, if Anderson can do it, India have got someone in their side who proved in the first test that he can do it, and he's got a great wrist position as well, Bumrah. So he's got to come, and with a new ball, he will be dangerous as well on this pitch.
Shoaib Bashir is going to bowl the 5th over of the morning. Just one little statistical quirk, scoreboard quirk from yesterday. Here's Shoaib Bashir, and that one is driven by Jaiswal. Ben Stokes quite deep at mid-off, concedes the single. But Goffey, yesterday there was a really unusual occurrence, in that we got more than 90 overs, and there was for the last hour or so, the Indian batters were actually trying to slow down play, and they were calling on unscheduled drinks and changing their gloves because they didn't want to face more than 90 overs. And England were just motoring on with the spinners, and as it turned out, the 6th wicket fell in the 91st over of the day. So they say hard work pays off, but extra work clearly pays off as well, and I just think that was really interesting. England were pushing to bowl more than 90. India tried to stop them, driven by Ashwin. Glorious shot for 4. through wide, long off. Just full enough for him to lean into it again. Silky drive.
Yeah, great shot. Really was. This time he went a bit harder at it. Didn't he? The first one he just pushed at it and timed beautifully there. There was a little bit more of a sort of flourish of the bat from Ashwin. A beautiful shot. Ben Stokes is going berserk down right in front of us at Ben Foakes and Joe Root, making sure Tom Hartley's in the right place. Needs him on that, in that drive area to stop that big shot going for 4.
More loop from Bashir. I mean, not really loopy, but not his quicker one. You would have thought, I suppose, that when bowling with the new ball, that driving into the pitch, hard length at pace, maybe, I don't know, get the extra bounce from the new ball. Here is Bashir once again, turns sharply and I think off the pad. There was some excitement for Ollie Pope at leg slip, but I think it just came off the pad.
Yeah, I think it's just pad. I don't think it's got. I think if anything, it might touch the glove, but I don't think it was the bat. I think the bat was side of the pad. I think it was the glove that was the closest to it, but I don't think it's got anything on it. But yeah, the slippery part of the new ball might be finding it hard for Bashir to drive it into the surface.
That one back of a length, turns, and Ashwin plays it off the pitch with the turn to duck it at mid-wicket.
I think that's what Tom Hartley found difficult up in Hyderabad. So remember, they took a new ball and Mark Wood took it for 1 over, and Tom Hartley came on, and that was largely down to the lacquer on the ball, seeing if they could just get the initial first bit just to come off the ball so the spinner can grip it a little bit better.
Bashir in again, forward comes Ashwin, again the lunging forward defensive push, and there's no run. India then have reached their 350, 351 for 6, 98 overs gone. More from Goffey, and then it'll be Andrew McKenna.
Just on that last one there, where we're talking about the position and Ben Stokes not happy when that ball got driven through the covers again off Bashir. But he said he got Tom Hartley there to like extra cover. You got to remember he's left-handed, so he can afford to go a bit straighter, because everything at the minute he's been beaten on his right side. So I get why Ben Stokes were frustrated by driving the ball, not much turn, it's going to go straighter. So he's got to get his fielders right there, pretty close together, his extra cover and his mid-off.
I think that's what Ben was saying to Joe Root and Ben Foakes, who were behind the stumps. So it was whether Root and Foakes didn't quite get him his angle right in the position, or Tom Hartley did what I did quite regular, was go on the wander and stand in the wrong position.
Yeah, get the flagpoles in.
Anderson to start a new over, takes Jaiswal on the pad, and there is a long-range discussion about whether England are going to review this one.
Yeah, I think they're going to go here.
And they have indeed. So it is up to Paul Rifle, and this could be a highly significant point in this day. 351 for 6. First ball of the 99th over.
Player review for LBW. Regional decision is not out. I've checked both feet and it's a fair delivery. Front on first, please.
Just wonder if it's bounced a bit too much. Jaiswal's coming forward. Has it gone over the top? I think it's pitched in line at deck back.
Oh, it's nipped back. That's a beauty. There's no bat in that.
And keep going through.
I think it's too high.
Out.
It's flush on the knee roll, so height is going to be...
We'll go to ultra edge just to see if there's any bat there. Looks like a clear gap. Yeah, clear gap between bat and ball. We'll go to ball tracking when ready.
He's got a good stride in, as Harmy's already said. So...
Okay, pitching in line. Regional decision's not out. It's missing the wickets. Go back on field for Chris. Stick with the original decision. Not out. Oh, signal now.
So it goes straight over the top of middle and leg, but it jagged off the seam.
It's an absolute beauty. And Jaiswal now is, he's standing there in the crease and he's thinking, even at 183 not out, which way is it going to seem? Because halfway through that last over, Jimmy's ball on middle and leg gets missed off stump, going away from him. That one is probably pitched on middle stump and nipped back, and it would have gone. It's gone over the top of middle and leg, straight over the top of the bill. So excellent from Anderson.
He's on his way once again. Right arm over the wicket. He takes Jaiswal on the pad once again. England again very strong behind the stumps. Not as much from Anderson in terms of the appeal. There will be a conversation. And the power brokers get together once again. But they will break up without the review this time, Goffey.
You'd fancy it again, though. That one was close, that one, just from first glimpse. But the last one, I thought it was a great shout. The nip back, and like I say, it just went over. Good call actually from the umpire, because I thought it looked pretty adjacent when you see it in slow-mo.
I thought it might have been umpire's call, so they saved the review, but unfortunately it was missing.
Anderson comes in once again from the far end. Ashwin is solidly in behind this, pushing to mid-on run. We've just seen the replay of the last one. England absolutely right not to go up. It pitched miles outside of leg stump, so that was never going to be out.
And he's starting a good 6 inches outside the crease as well as Jaiswal, and lunging forward, trying to get forward. Knowing the short ball from Anderson's not really going to trouble him too much if he does get one. So he's trying to smother any movement, whether it's off the seam or laterally through the air. Skill sets of Anderson's been brilliant this morning.
Anderson in once again. Ashwin weight on the back foot, punches. Rayan Ahmed at extra cover will do the fielding. 2 slips. A point, well, backward point. Rayan at extra cover. Ben Stokes at mid-off. Mid-on, mid-wicket, square leg. And a long leg, who is Hartley almost out of vision round the corner down beneath us. That's what England have got in this situation, Goffey.
Yeah, and well, I say, with a new ball in hand, it just shows the importance. Wherever you are in the world, a new ball and a good fast bowler using it, it's hard to face, right? And just got to remember that when England bat, but they've got Bumrah in their side.
Absolutely. Anderson in, and Ashwin plays to mid-off, and there's no run.
Yeah, and Darren, yesterday, the thing for me with Jimmy is what England captains have had with Broad and Anderson for so many years. You know, we went to the Caribbean and they tried to move on from Broad and Anderson, didn't take them. They were going at 6 and over from right at the start of the session. Jimmy Anderson yesterday, on average, bowled four and a half overs at the start of every session, and he went for no runs, which gives the captain total control as the session starts.
Final ball of his 20th over is driven by Ashwin to Rayan Ahmed at cover, and there's no run. It means Anderson has now bowled 20 overs and taken 1 for 34 at the end of the 99th over. India 352 for 6 here on talkSPORT 2, Coffee.
Well, you're right, and one of the middle spells he bowled yesterday was 6 overs, and he got none for 6, didn't he, in one of the spells? And like I say, total control. When you can stop the scoring, we've talked about it in the first test, didn't we? But we lacked a seamer that can just take control of the game, keep it tight, put pressure on it.